The first time he kissed me, it wasn't supposed to mean anything. Hell, it was part of the damn contract. A performance, just another scene in a role I had been paid to play. But the way his lips lingered half command, half confession made my carefully rehearsed script crumble in seconds. Ethan Cole, New York's golden boy attorney, was everything I wasn't. Polished, ruthless, untouchably confident. The kind of man who knew how to walk into a courtroom and bend it to his will. Me? I was scraping by, doing side gigs to pay rent, the kind of guy who knew exactly how many quarters were left in his pocket by week's end. We lived in the same city but entirely different worlds. And yet, he hired me. It wasn't for love, God forbid. Ethan needed an image. His firm was about to promote him to senior partner, and nothing sold stable, reliable, the man you can trust with millions like a long-term, committed relationship. He couldn't risk being labeled the arrogant bachelor with rumors swirling about his private life. So, enter me, Liam Matthews, aspiring artist/server, recruited to play the doting boyfriend at cocktail parties, firm dinners, and his exact words, just long enough to keep the vultures away. Simple, clean, professional. Except, nothing about Ethan was simple, and the moment he pulled me into his orbit, clean lines blurred into something messier, sharper, dangerously real. The first weeks were a dance of contradictions. Ethan set the relentless no touching unless in public, no overstepping, no personal questions. And yet, he was the one who brushed his hand against mine when no one was looking. He was the one who leaned in too close at the firm's gala, his breath tickling my ear as he whispered instructions, his voice low enough to make my pulse sprint. I told myself it was nothing, paycheck, a temporary role. But then came the night after one of his trials, when we came back to his penthouse to keep up appearances for his colleagues. I played the perfect partner, laughing at his colleagues' jokes, resting my hand lightly on his arm as though it belonged there. After they left, I turned to grab my coat, ready to slip out into the cold. That's when he grabbed my wrist. "You forgot one thing," he said, his voice rougher than usual. "What?" I asked. He smirked arrogant, infuriating, and before I could roll my eyes, his lips crashed onto mine. It wasn't tender. It was demanding, a performance for an audience that wasn't even there. Except, when his hand slid to the back of my neck, pulling me closer, I couldn't remember where the act ended and I began. I hated myself for how much I wanted it. But life has a cruel way of testing the boundaries we set. The more time I spent in Ethan's world, the more cracks I saw in his flawless armor. The arrogance, I realized, wasn't born of superiority, it was survival. His father, a cold, wealthy man who sat on the board of every committee that mattered, expected perfection. Ethan's every step was scrutinized, every weakness weaponized. It explained the contract. The fake relationship wasn't just about firm politics, it was about proving to the man who raised him that Ethan didn't need anyone, didn't want anyone, certainly didn't love anyone. But there I was, messing up his perfect facade. The more I learned, the less I could keep my distance. His late nights buried under briefs, his quiet victories he never celebrated. The way he sat alone in his kitchen at 3 a.m. nursing black coffee like it was penance. Ethan wasn't the arrogant bastard I thought he was. He was just a man afraid of being unloved, unwanted, and I was falling for him. The breaking point came one winter evening. We'd been invited to his father's charity gala, the kind of event where tuxedos fit tighter than the smiles. I was supposed to be Ethan's silent accessory, nodding at donors, sipping champagne, nothing more. But halfway through, his father cornered him. I wasn't supposed to hear, but I did. "Playing house won't change what you are," his father sneered. "This little charade of yours, it's pathetic. No one believes it." Ethan clenched his jaw, his eyes flashing with the same anger I'd seen in court. But he didn't defend himself. He didn't defend me. Something inside me cracked. I wasn't just a prop. Not anymore. And if he couldn't see that, if he couldn't see May had to walk away before the part one was playing devoured me whole. So I left. No goodbye, no note. Just silence. The weeks that followed felt endless. My phone stayed stubbornly blank, though every vibration had me checking. I tried to convince myself it was better this way, that I'd return to my quiet life and forget the lawyer with the sharp suits and sharper tongue. But forgetting Ethan was like trying to unlearn how to breathe. And then one night, I found him on my doorstep. His suit jacket was gone, his tie hanging loose, his eyes bloodshot as though he hadn't slept in days. "You're an idiot," I told him, heart pounding, voice trembling. "I know," he said without hesitation. "I thought I could keep this professional. I thought I could keep you at arm's length. But every time you left, it felt like I was missing something I didn't even know I needed. You weren't a role, Liam. You never were." The silence between us was thick, heavy, and then he did the one thing I wasn't prepared for. He dropped to his knees. "I don't care about the firm. I don't care about my father. I just got, Liam, I can't lose you. Not when every damn kiss we shared was the only thing that's ever felt real in my life." And in that moment, the walls I'd built shattered. I pulled him up, my hands trembling against his face. "Then stop pretending," I whispered. "Stop hiding. Just be with me." His kiss this time wasn't staged, wasn't forced. It was desperate, tender, terrifying in its honesty. And for once, I kissed him back without fear. Life didn't magically become easy after that. The firm still gossiped, his father still disapproved, and we still argued. God, did we argue? But when Ethan reached for my hand, he didn't do it for appearances. He did it because he wanted to, because he chose me. And maybe that was enough. Because love, I realized, wasn't about contracts or performance. It was about the moments in between, the quiet laughter at midnight, the way his head rested on my shoulder when he finally allowed himself to sleep, the warmth of knowing that, for all his arrogance, Ethan Cole had given me the one thing he swore he never would, his heart. And every kiss since then still leaves mine unsteady. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest videos.